Well, tonight, an unnecessary 10-hour standoff at the country's main international airport, which ended with a deal after the government yielded to pressure from the workers. It came at a steep price. Business was disrupted for hours as the workers expressed their disappointment with the takeover. But was this necessary? Our stand tonight is it wasn't. If only the government began paying attention to what Kenyans are saying. But does it? The Adani issue has been in the public domain for weeks now. It's a discussion that is unending. In fact, before today's embarrassing and crippling strike, there was another strike. Now, the workers then met some senior government officials, including Labour Cabinet Secretary Dr. Alfred Mutua, who, by the way, promised to midwife a deal between them and the Ministry of Transport. Now, Mutua even undertook to get the workers' documents on this planned takeover. Close to 2 weeks ago, that was, he repeated the same on this show tonight. But did he? He didn't, because if he did, then the workers would have not been on the street today, or should I say on the runway today. It was an empty promise from Dr. Alfred Mutua. You should know at this point, however, that one of the imperatives for the aviation workers was the documents touching on this deal. Millions of shillings were definitely lost today, unnecessarily once again. It took top government officials to do what they ought to have done in the beginning. Sit and listen. Listen to what you may ask. Apart from the concerns from the workers, so much remain unclear on this deal. It is, or is it, privatization? And why is it necessary? What happens to the workers and how? Who is this Adani group? This remains a big question. While this company has been rejected, including by its own mother country, the government is hell-bent on accommodating it in the country. Why is a question. What is it so, or what is so important in this company that it must take over the management and improvement of such a national installation like Jomo Kenyatta International Airport? Who is pushing for this deal and why? Why is the government vague in its explanations about this deal? So tonight we tell you what the workers want. One, they are demanding documents regarding this deal be availed to them for scrutiny beforehand, and they've been given for the next 10 days. They also want in the negotiations, and finally, they are demanding no agreement is reached between the government and Adani Group without their representation on that table. Too much to ask? Well, we don't think so, because the government today yielded as a sign that they were not being unreasonable. Them, I mean the workers, because we know how the government responds to industrial actions in this country. And now it's back to the drawing board, or should I say the table. The implications of this, we find out tonight at Ken Mijunga across all social media platforms. The headlines. Tonight.
Sasa tumemaliza mgomo, si ndio? Nobody should harass you.
Deal to end strike brokered after 10-hour standoff, but was this major paralysis necessary? National carrier KQ and other airlines record heavy losses following the one-day strike by aviation workers. But what's the controversy with the Adani deal? We have the details. And the autopsy of 21 pupils who died in a dormitory fire in Nyeri delayed until tomorrow to allow the parents come to terms with the tragedy. Also tonight, ODM party picks Peter Anyang' Nyong'o to chair all Central Management Committee meetings. Is he next in line for ODM party leader position? Well, a very good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Tonight we delve into the Adani deal that caused a major standoff from last evening at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and other airports across the country. We speak to, among others, Willis Otieno, an advocate. He shoots from the hips and knows what to say when. A lot to discuss tonight on this very divisive and, of course, opaque agreement. Join the conversation online. The hashtag is NewsHour at KTN News KE. Damian Evans is with us tonight on Sign Language. Let's get the show on air, shall we? And